reference or review. You don't number them. It shouldn't be numbers. There's a reference or review.
Good afternoon, sir. Our group did a research on chendol. And you will see our design cover in a while because it's still loading. Okay, yeah. So this is our design cover, and my group member consists of me, Isaac, Crystal, Kenny, Happy, Eric, and Yin. Always called. So yeah, so what is chendol? A lot of people have mistaken chendol as the whole dessert, but actually chendol is just this green jelly. So chendol is originated from Southeast Asia, and it's very popular in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Burma. Chendol can be served both hot and cold, but in Malaysia, and it's mostly served cold because of our hot weather. So how to make chendol? The main ingredients will be green bean flour, tapioca flour, rice flour, salt, and sugar. And on top of that, you will have your gula melaka, grass jelly, red bean, and cream corn topping. So first, you would have to boil a pot of water, and then you mix the green bean flour and tapioca flour, rice flour, salt, and sugar inside, and you stir until it's well mixed.
Reduce your pace. Don't go too fast. Relax.
Okay. And then you stir it until it's well
So
mixed.
you must allow the audience to absorb what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. And then pour the chendol into a potato ricer and squeeze the chendol into a bowl filled with ice cold water. Then chendol is served with shaved ice and coconut milk, and some even add in gula melaka to sweeten the taste. And then you can also add your kidney beans and things like that. It varies depending on what topping you prefer. Then moving on, I'll pass it to Happy to guide you through the key of summary.
Will you be coming back? No.
Good evening, sir. I'm Musian, and my name is Happy. I'm going to talk about what we are going to say later of groups. First, we've been given the task to interview two different two same business at different geographical location. So our choice is SS15 is just beside the subway there, and another one is Penang, Teochew Chendol. Teochew Chendol has been operating for 80 years and SS15 only 25 years. And we are going to compare them about their finance, their way of operating, and workers, the customer per day price, and the way of their selling their different menu. That's all. I'll pass it to Crystal.
Hi, my name is Crystal. Now I will be introducing about the chendol in SS15. This is the most famous chendol in SS15. So the founder is Mr. Hamid and his son, Mr. Azim. And then they used to operate the store on track, but now they have a permanent store just along beside SS15, the road. And then it's operate around like 34 years, and then And their main product is chendol. And then before they start with the bike, and then it's motorcycle, and then now it's truck, and then now they have this permanent store. And then the permanent store is very small and it's very simple. And then they can't estimate their customer because sometimes there are more customer during holiday than usually. And then Mr. Hamid only have 2 foreigner workers, and then his son will help him at his store. And Mr. Hamid also claimed that he don't have any like competitors around SS15 because this is the only famous store in SS15. And they also sell several foods like the fresh coconut drinks, kacang putih, and rajak. And then there's a few chairs to let the customers sit down and enjoy the snacks. Yeah, that's all. And I'll pass to Kelly to introduce about the kitchen.
Hi, my name is Kelly. Now I'm going to talk about the Teochew Chendol in Penang. The name for this store is Penang Road Famous Teochew Chendol, and then this is located at Penang Road. Actually, he used it to sell in roadside, but then it's too dangerous for customer because there's a lot of vehicle passing by. So they moved it to the safer place.
Moved.
Yeah, shift to the safer place for customer like better. Yeah, and they have 500 to 600 customer per day. This business running around 80 years. This business will, the climax will affect the business because of raining. Yeah, if raining heavily, the customer will like lesser, so affect the business. And this store, the owner is Mr. Jim, and the store founder is from his grandfather. So continue the business of his grandfather. And then Mr. Jim focus, now they have a lot of customer already, so they have a lot of franchises in Malaysia, around 20 franchises. So there will be 14 in other state, other city, and then 6 in Penang. Now they are focusing on the brand franchise in other country, like more and more. Yeah. So they're planning the franchise in Singapore, like now they are planning. So in this store they sell original chendol, but then the durian chendol and coffee chendol they sell in other franchise. Yeah. I will pass to Eric.
Good evening, sir. My name is Xiang Long, and I'm in charge of comparative analysis. So based on our report and also our analysis, we think that the Teochew Penang Road chendol is more commercially successful than the S15 Best chendol. I think, and also because of it's more successful and more famous, so that Teochew Penang Road chendol has attracted more eyesight from the local tourists or international tourists compared to the S15 Best chendol. Besides that, there's also a lot of introducing from the internet blogspot or any famous blogger that actually suggested for the tourists to actually try on the Teochew Penang Road chendol. And also, Teochew Penang Road chendol has a lot of branches, which means 20 total amount of branches, and they are planning on to actually make their first franchise on Singapore, the first overseas branches. But for the S15 Best chendol, they doesn't want to have make their franchise all over because they want to stay low and they maintain their small scale business and as their own way, their own way. Because they think they are afraid of since our economy is actually depressing, it's not that good, so they are afraid of any cash flow problems that might happen. So they doesn't dare to take the risk. Next.
Snagging.
Alright, so this is our table of the comparisons and the differences. For the first one, founder Mr. Hamid is the founder and is currently assisting my son, Mr. Azim. But as for the Teochew channel, Mr. Tan Teck Fuang is the original founder, and Jim is the current head of his grandfather, which actually lasted for 3 generations, from grandfather to father and now to him. For the locations, and for S15 Best Channel is actually located at S15 Subanjaya, and for the Teochew channel is Georgetown, Penang. For the number of competitors, there's actually no competitors for S15 Best Channel since they are the only one and only channel vendor in the current town. But for Teochew channel, there's actually few competitors and it's slightly competitive compared to S15 Best Channel. So the type of channel sold, and for the S15 Best Channel, there's only one flavor of channel, which is original flavor. But for the Teochew channel, there's actually 3 flavors: the original, the coffee, and the durian flavor.
How old is Jim?
Jim's I think it's around 30,
Early 30s.
late 20. So the business hours is actually quite similar. For S15 Best Channel is 11:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. for the 7 days in a row. 7 days in a row they operate. And for Teochew channel, they actually different timing compared to the weekday and weekend. For the weekday, there's from Monday to Friday is actually 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. But for weekend, it's actually 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., which is half an hour or longer. And for the operating systems, there's Mr. Hamid and his sons and 2 workers. But for Teochew channel, it's Mr. Jim and his 20 foreign workers which take turns. And the price of channel is 2 ringgit for the best channel and 2 ringgit 50 cents for the Teochew channel if you eat on the spot. And if you take away, it has 3.20, which is 70 cents more expensive. And for the lastly, the future plan. For the S15 Best Channel, Mr. Hamid want to maintain small size business. But as for the Teochew channel, James wants to make his first franchise and such as at Singapore, such as the overseas, the first franchise. Basically, that's all. Now I'll pass it to Isaac.
So I'll be presenting about the history of chendol. My name is Isaac, and so chendol was originally from Southeast Asia and became essential part of their cuisine. It is often sold at roadsides and hawker stalls, and sometimes they even move to restaurants like high-class restaurants. You order them as dessert. Chendol can be found almost anywhere in Indonesia, especially Jakarta, Bandung, and Yogyakarta. Yeah, okay. Originally, chendol or dawet in Java was served without ice, but after the introduction of refrigeration technology from the British, it quickly became popular served as cold. It is most likely that each country developed its own recipe of chendol, which explains why it is most popular in Malaysian port cities, where the British first introduced their refrigeration technology. Yeah. Malaysian Department of National Heritage declared chendol as a Malaysian heritage. That's all. And I'll pass it to Pali.
So good evening, sir. I'm Yinman, and today I would like to present about the conclusion. As you can see, my amazing group mates have presented everything about the 2 businesses. And in this first picture is the owner of the SS15 Chendol, is Mr. Hamid. And the second picture is the Mr. Jim, which is the Penang Blue Chendol owner right now. So this is from the Penang Road Chendol and this is from the SS15 Chendol. So yeah, why Penang Road Chendol is much more successful than SS15 Chendol? Because of Penang Road Chendol in these 80 years, they have gone through all the risks and also they have faced all the obstacles, and it turned them up to become more outstanding. Moreover, now they have almost 10 numbers of branches in different states of Malaysia, and now they are planning to run their business in overseas, such as Singapore. So we can't say that SS15 Chendol is not good. Of course, SS15 Chendol is also well known in our Selangor in Malaysia, and also it's very delicious. But because they only have one and only store in SS15, and they don't plan to do any branches like Penang Road Chendol. So in this case, it shows that Penang Road Chendol that we have interviewed is really successful than the SS15 Chendol. And for the both interview that we went through, both of these is also the first store. For SS15 Chendol, it's the first and only store. For the Penang Road Chendol, it's the first store of their business. So yeah, in Penang Road Chendol, they are famous because they are not only selling their original flavor of chendol. They also have the durian chendol and also the white coffee chendol. But for the SS15 chendol, they only sell the original flavor chendol. They didn't plan to do like extra or something like that. So yeah, in these two businesses, you can see the kind of similarity. They have a lot of similarity, but also the differentiation is like they want to do branches and when they don't want to do the branches of that. So me and my team would like to say thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
All right.